Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know who this is. This is Ron the freaking Don. Now today, I wanted to make my video about the recent Democratic primaries as happening throughout the country. One, a guy by the name of Zoran Mamdani has won a Democratic primary here in my city of New York. He's won a Democratic primary in New York City, and he is a so-called Democratic socialist, which is AKA a communist. I believe he's a communist, but Democratic socialist is something like a is like one step below communist technically. But I believe once socialism comes into play, eventually it's going to convert into communism. But anyway, yeah, he emerged victorious in the New York City Democratic primary, and so has, by the name of Omar Fatia, who is a senator from Minnesota who's happened to be running for mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, now these guys are so-called progressives, democratic socialists, or whatnot. And I have to admit, they both ran Zoran Mamdani, he actually run, but he actually ran a good campaign, right? He ran a good campaign speaking about economic issues of affordability, rent freeze, free buses, a universal pre-K, or whatnot. And Omar Fatia, he has won the endorsement of the Minnesota Democratic, of some Minnesota Democratic organization, and he won their endorsement over the Jacob Fry, the current sitting mayor of Minneapolis. And Omar Fatia ran a similar platform as Zoran Mamdani about all these promises of rent freeze and raising the minimum wage and taxing the rich, all universal pre-kindergarten, all these things that sound too good to be true. That, so they ran a similar platform, and something that the Democrats on the national level should be running. But yeah, like I said, they ran good platforms. Like I said, how likely is it for these policies, these ideas to come to fruition? Like I said, like anything that sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Whenever something sounds too good to be true. But like I said, it's good ideas on the surface, but when it comes to reality, it ends up chaotic when it comes into practice. As far as rent freeze, because it can lower the supply of affordable housing as well as the quality of housing, and free buses. They're talking about MTA is coming up on revenue shortfalls now. So that means how likely is it for them to come up with a revenue shortfall when it comes to free buses? Imagine that, right? They already complain about revenue shortfall. It's the pandemic. Actually, the MTA has always complained about revenue shortfall. To be real, to be honest, since for 20 plus years now, since the early 2000s. But anyway, these guys have both been whining and crying and moaning about Islamic phobia, how they're getting hate on social media from conservative commentators, racists, racist, bigotry, and all that other nonsense that progressives and the people on the far left complain about. But however, since they want to make the campaign about racism, bigotry, and Islamic phobia or whatnot, since that's what they make the campaign about, the reason why they have conservative commentators are making their campaign, are calling them Islamic slurs and whatnot, and all this bigotry, is because Zoran Mamdani has defended and supported a former leader of Al Queda named Anwar al-Maliki. He was the leader of Al Queda back in the 2000s, back in 2015 during the Obama administration, and Obama unleashed drone strikes and obliterated him, left him obliterated, and Zohran Mamdani has made Twitter posts defending him about an FBI investigation that digged into him. He made an FBI investigation. The FBI made an investigation about him during, at least before his death, before Obama unleashed those drone strikes. Made an investigation about Anwar al-Maliki, and Zoran Mamdani had an issue with that. He defended the leader. He defended the former leader of Al Qaeda, and not only that, his father has also supported suicide bombings and terrorism. So, because of this support for Islamic terrorism, I feel it's only right. I feel it's only right that the conservatives has the right to say whatever they are going to say about him. The conservative commentators have the right to bring up those concerns, since you're supporting terrorists. So he brought it upon himself. But yeah, that's the reason why he's getting so much hate, so much hate and bigotry in Islamophobia, is because he supported the leader of Al Qaeda. So the only way we can alleviate these concerns is for the Trump DOJ to release an investigation into Zoran Mamdani. It's only right. I don't agree that he should deport him, but he should release an investigation into him. It's only right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the moral of the story. So that's why they get so much hate. So whatever. So when you support terrorists, hey, when you support terrorists, commentators, political commentators is going to raise concerns about it. It's only right that you raise concerns like as if 9/11 never happened. And on top of that, you want to defund the police and Trump-proof the city. But yeah, but anyway, when you wanna Trump-proof the city from and block local law enforcement officials from working with ICE agents while you're supporting terrorism, is only right that we raise concerns, and I have some concerns about that as well. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the matter. And you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and leave a message. And I'll catch y'all in my next video. These upcoming races should be interesting. Okay? Peace.